Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered with Jurgen Jays. I started up the game and loaded up my file, and the music once again was really loud for me. I realized, I think I said this too the other day during like the dragon scene that was going on. I've been playing Doom Eternal. I was playing it. I played a lot yesterday. I've played it before. I'm just replaying it, but I like to crank up the volume really loud in my headphones, just to get in the mood of it. So anytime I go over to anything else, it's also going to be super duper loud. So that dragon scene was so loud for me. That's why I was reacting the way I did, compared to now, where I realized before I started recording, I was like, all right, I'm gonna turn my own headset volume down. But anyways, I hope you guys are good. We're in the middle of Saber and Berserker fighting, and Ilya cheering for him on the sideline, and Shirou cheering for Saber on his sideline, while also shooting twigs at Berserker once, but he seems to have an idea. I'm thinking he might summon, not Excalibur, but the Sword in the Stone. I don't know if he will this episode. I think maybe it's just more of a heavy foreshadowing for the future. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited either way. A couple of commenters have told me that there's a lot that's gonna happen in this episode, so just buckle up. All right, get back, Saber. Then comes the true attack. The true attack. Oh, okay, Ren. She must intend to release the attack from as close as possible. So for those that are just joining or don't remember, Ren here, who can only see those tootsies of, was hiding in a tree, waiting to ambush Berserker with a really powerful strike to hopefully just blow off his head. Hisaka jumps down from the branch above and throws her jewels at Berserker as she falls. She has like Kamehameha geared up. 9 Act Sieben still I don't know how to say those letters, so apologies. I know that's like probably Polish, Russian, or German, or a mixture thereof, but I really don't know how to pronounce that stuff. Shards of ice rain on Berserker. Among those shards are 3 giant spear-shaped icicles, each packed with enough magical energy to blow an entire mansion to smithereens. No! Dodge it, Berserker! Ilya, quiet until now, suddenly screams at her servant. She's not been quiet! Maybe she hasn't spoken in a moment, but she's not just walked up and stoically stared at us in silence. She must have sensed the danger, but too late. The ice spears aren't falling. They're accelerating towards Berserker. He can't possibly dodge. A 1 in a million opportunity. Saber's desperate attack perfectly coordinated with the ice bullet attacks. It has more than enough magical energy to kill Berserker. However, he go rawr. However, he slapped it to the ground. Yeah, basically. I wanted to say something else, but I didn't feel comfortable saying it, so never mind. I'm not going to make that joke. The axe sword slices through the air. Even as Saber drives him back, he switches to a single-handed grip on his axe sword and shatters all 3 spears. Blood splatters the clearing. Whose blood? Maybe it's his one-arm swing, but he fails to completely destroy the ice, and when it strikes, it severs one of Berserker's arms. Okay, good. Well, at least... it's probably not fatal, but, you know, an attack hit. That's not all. The ice freezes over Berserker's arm, completely restraining it. But it only got 1 arm. At least it restrained 1 arm. He can't two-hand attack us, meaning some of his strength is taken away. What? Saber cries out. Oh, well, that was a very not Saber voice. It's a reasonable response. Berserker catches Tosaka with his good arm as she falls. Why was she jumping like Well, I guess she was trying to be in, like, point-blank range. Ah, yes. Goodbye, ribs. Tosaka's face twists in pain. Yeah, her ribs are going bye-bye now. Berserker will have no trouble crushing Tosaka with his hand. Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Is that... the way that they've drawn his forearm and his kind of elbow joint. I know you can't see where I'm pointing with my mouse, but the way they drew it almost looks like fabric folds. I don't know if that was intended, because he's not wearing a shirt. Nowhere else, like his shoulder doesn't look like that from an anatomical perspective, but the forearm here looks like maybe, I don't know, it looks almost like clothing the way that it's rippling, which is odd from an art. I'm speaking as an artist. Tosaka! I run. I don't care if I drag them down. It's not that big of a detail. It caught my eye. I don't care if I drag them down. It doesn't matter if I can't do anything. I'm not going to let Tosaka die. Rin. Saber must be too weak to even stand, but somehow she gets to her feet. How do you know? She was just, like, fighting for her life. I think she has plenty of energy right now. She didn't use Excalibur. Tosaka must be in agonizing pain, but she stretches a hand out as she hangs her head downward. And then... just as I thought, she grins wickedly. Oh, maybe she planned for this. Now she's about to use... oh, did she ever even use her gems? Nope, she didn't. Good. Everyone gasps. Saber, me, and even Berserker must have all frozen in our tracks. One person can only have so many tricks up their sleeve. She knew this might happen, and she hadn't even bothered to tell us. Roar! How dare you! Berserker squeezes harder around her. Yeah, she better, okay, he's a heartbeat too late. Never mind. I don't have to make that comment. Got you! There you go, Ren. 4 bullets of pure light streak toward Berserker. 4 bullets, 4 gems. 4 rapid shots at the most extreme close range. That has to be enough to end the dark, mad warrior. Or rather, the attack perfectly, completely snuffs out his life. Good job, Ren. Proud of you. Must have blown Berserker's head clean off. The blood splatter even reaches me, 10 meters from where Berserker stands. There's kind of a lot more than blood in the mess, but I don't think she overdid it. I don't think so either. She got the kill. That's what's important. Our opponent was a monster. Berserker, who would have crushed Tosaka if she hadn't blown his head off. Ugh. I slow my frantic run. Tosaka is still in Berserker's grip, but the battle is over. Yeah, probably not. Actually, when people die, isn't it a thing of, like, their muscles, like clench up? So she probably would she probably needs our help, like, literally getting out of his hand. Berserker's face is still hidden in a plume of smoke. From this singing sound. Singeing? Or singing? Singeing. It must have been a heck of an explode. No way. No way. Sorry, I forgot the voice. I hear oh wait, not even Shirou's voice. She's looking at the smoke in disbelief. He's alive? Hold on. Am I imagining things? Did Berserker's hand tighten on Tosaka? Oh, wait. I thought he couldn't use his Noble Phantasm up against certain attacks, or was that not said attack? Tosaka's staring at the plume of smoke. It doesn't last long. The smoke starts to dissipate. And in the clearing air... Ooh, well, I mean... he's singed, but he's ticked off. Berserker's face, the face that should have been blown off his body, appears. Tosaka cowers under that evil demon's gaze at a loss for words. You didn't even burn. How did it burn off skin but not hair? Probably kept it for more for the design sake. Laughter fills the air. Ilya, who's remained at the far side of the clearing, laughs delightedly. I see you in a new light, Rin. I didn't think you could have possibly killed Berserker even once. But too bad, Berserker won't disappear that easily. You see, he can't die unless he's killed 12 times. Oh! Oh, because of Heracles' legend. Ah. Because he had, I don't think it was that he died 12 times, but it probably correlates to, like, it'll probably explain it here in a moment, but, the, like, 12 legendary beasts that he had to hunt down and kill. Kill 12 times? She must have figured something out from what Ilya just told her. Chisaka looks aghast, her face twisting in regret. I get it. I should have figured it out as soon as I learned his true name. Heracles should have the bow of Hydra, but his only weapon was a rock. Oh, wait. I don't know the bow of Hydra, so maybe my theory was wrong. His noble phantasm isn't an object he's carrying. The symbol for the hero Heracles is... That's right. His body itself is his noble phantasm. You should know about Heracles' 12 labors. Okay, it was the 12 labors. What did the bow of Hydra have to do with it? Oh, you're saying, like, he should have had the bow, but instead he had the sword as, like, a trade-off. So, like, if he had been a different, like, say if he had been the archer class, for instance, his noble phantasm would have likely been the bow. I'm just speculating, but that makes sense to me. The Greek hero Heracles overcame 12 monumental... Oh, the Greek hero Heracles... Wait, is she talking? I don't see quotes around this. Overcame 12 monumental tasks to atone for his sins, and his reward was immortality. You know exactly what that means, don't... Oh, it was still her talking, even without the quotes. You know exactly what that means, don't you? A stockpile of lives. Layers of resurrection maze... Why am I pronouncing everything so weird today? I keep on, like... I do this a lot when I'm reading. I pronounce my E's as eh. Or, like, resurrection. It's like, I do that. I don't know why. I never, like... Well, not never. I'm trying to think of examples earlier in my life where I would do that, but I can't really think of anything. Yep. That's why he can't die easily. He possesses the curse of immortality, given by the gods so that he can endure the same number of trials or deaths he once overcame. That's my Berserker's noble phantasm. God hand! Yay! Understand? You killed Berserker there, but he still has 5 lives left. Oh, what happened to the other 7? Did, I'm sure Archer did a number on that. Or, like, I'm trying to think maybe if Ren, like, hit him so hard it took X amount of lives out? Foo-foo. You were so close, Ren. Berserker would have disappeared if you'd only used 5 times the jewels you did. I can't hear Ilya's voice clearly. Okay, so it is, like, as soon as you do enough damage, it goes on ahead and starts bleeding over into the other life from that, because if she did just one powerful enough blast, he would have just gotten rid of all of his lives. I can't hear Ilya's voice clearly. From the corner of my eye, I see Saber charging Berserker. Red, run! I think she's caught up a bit. Saber dashes over. Sokka tries to pry open Berserker's fingers, but they won't budge. And then... It's okay, Berserker. Crush her! Yay! Whee! That is it. Devastating. That almost looks Attack on Titan-esque. The burning eyes glare at Tosaka. Yeah! Tosaka screams. I'm not doing that. I think one of my roommates may still be asleep, so I'm I'm not gonna be that loud. Plus, I don't even think my microphone would be like, nah, I'm not recording that. What do you want from me? Berserker's enormous fingers dig into Tosaka, trying to rip out her insides. There's only one outcome. That is the first thing I'm probably gonna buy. Like if this channel, it doesn't have to. This is again just wishful thinking and speculation. I want to do this as a hobby, not as a living or anything. But if it ever makes any kind of money, the first thing I want to buy with whatever I make is a new, like, a actually really good microphone. I have a blue Snowball. It's fine, but obviously, like, you can tell sometimes it happens in the intros where, like, if I'm at too high of a pitch or too loud, it just muffles the sound and, like, cuts it out. It may also be something to do with how I have my gate set up. It very well could be that, but anyway, sorry, side tangent. There's only one outcome. There's been a lot of those this episode. I'll go a little bit longer because of it. Tosaka's lifeless body being crushed to nothing. ... I run. Like, nothing, she's dead? Like, we're done? Kind of a thing? I mean, okay. I forget who I'm up against. I even forget where I am. My mind is completely burned out. But yeah, we haven't... This music is usually playing when Shirou's kind of running for his life. I will not allow it. Okay, different person again. Saber cuts toward Berserker. Her invisible sword swings at Berserker's defenseless arm as if slicing through a radish. But it's no use. Saber's attack pings harmlessly off of Berserker's arm. He grips on Tosaka, doesn't even loosen. Just moving must be agony for Saber. She swings her sword desperately, blood trickling from her mouth. What? Shirou? She freezes the instant she sees me rushing at Berserker. Yay, I'm going to go get my guts rearranged again. Don't take that out of context, y'all. Let go of her, you bastard. I slap mindlessly at his back with my bow. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything, but the giant is unfazed. He doesn't consider me a threat. Gah. My fingers are getting numb. What the heck is he? If I'm the one going numb from hitting him. He's just a big rock. He's a boulder. The boulder is no longer feeling conflicted about hurting the little girl. Run, Shirou! I look up when I hear Saber. Hey, you're about to get romple stomped again, dude. In that instant, I go flying through the air like a leaf. So, him actually getting hurt isn't funny, but the comparison of being sent through the air like a leaf is funny. Gah! I hit the ground and tumble like a bit of stray garbage. Berserker smacked me away with that frozen sword. I try to block the attack with my bow, but it shatters instantly and I'm thrown so far away. I writhe in pain. That breaking sound hadn't come from the bow. Oh. One of my arms has been at the wrong angle. Ah, yes. I love it when my arm looks like a staircase in the wrong spot. When I breathe in, my lungs hurt so bad I want to puke them up. Probably also broke some ribs. I can't breathe properly with all the blood flooding my mouth. But that doesn't matter. Breathing will just make me pass out. Better that I not breathe. Okay. Alright. There's a lot of grunting going on, which takes a lot of breathing. I wake up. Right now, I need to get to him. Maybe summon the sword now? Slice off the arm? I run. It's my turn. I'm gonna break his arm and save Tosaka. He must have eyes in the back of his head. He swings his sword casually like he's batting aside a fly. I mean, that's kind of all you are at the moment to him. I can dodge it. I can bob and weave. I won't let an arm that's completely frozen hit me so easily. Ah! Dang, my body's sinking. He must have grazed my leg. Dang him. He didn't even touch my leg, but he somehow managed to break it anyway. The sheer force of, like, the wind coming off of the attack, maybe? Ridiculous. This is enough. Stay back, master. I can't do that. I can't let Tosaka die. So I'm gonna kill myself in the process. What do I need to do to save her? A weapon. A blade would be best. At my feet, broken pieces of the bow above me. Berserker sword swinging right at me. There's no time to think. I let magical energy flow through me. Oh, okay. If he's not thinking, I feel like something really cool is about to happen. The strengthening succeeds easily, but down comes Berserker's sword. The fragments are finally pulverized. I meant to dodge, but instead my body slams to the ground. Clearly, there is no point strengthening broken shards. I'll have to do this from scratch. Yeah, make the sword. Do it. Make the sword. It shouldn't be impossible. Anyone can imitate, as long as they have an example to follow. I just need to duplicate the foundation, structure, work experience, time, and... The giant turns around. It must have decided to kill the little nuisance before finishing Tosaka off. He can still squeeze and turn around. And then I turned around. It's a distractible reference. I push up from the ground and glare at the giant. There's no fear. I'm too burned out for fear. But behind me... Pooping herself. Oh, did she undid it. Because we can see her sword. Or she's undoing the seal. I see someone prepared to disappear. I see someone determined to use the sacred sword. Don't use it. I really want to believe in Shirou here for once. Well, not that I disbelieved in him. His utility is lacking for the most part, but that's about to change. Don't use it. Don't use it. Wind peels back from the blade. The golden sword begins to reveal itself in Saber's hand. I told her not to use it. The sword I told her never to use, no matter what. Well, I mean, once you got some more magic back in her, I don't mind her using it. I snap. The last thread that had been holding me together finally gives. Don't use it, Saber! Oh! My left hand burns. I wasn't expecting to use a command spell on that. A command spell stroke disappears. Oh, I guess it... Probably, even if we had just told her normally without the command spell, she probably would have been like, nah, I'm doing it. And now she definitely can't. Interesting. What? Why? We have no other choice, Shirou. I don't care. To heck with that. All I know is that if she uses it, she'll disappear. You're already on your last legs, just from unleashing your sword. You can't use it right now, so just hold on. If you can't use your sword, I'll make one you can use. Oh, okay, so he's not gonna use it, but he... Then at least imagine it. If you can't possibly beat the opponent in reality, then beat them in your imagination. If you can't win yourself, imagine something that can win. It's so obvious. It's the only thing I can do. I have to make it. I have to make something that won't lose. I have to imagine the strongest weapon. I have to imagine the ultimate imitation. It has to fool everyone, even me. That's kind of... that's an interesting... I know very serious moments taking place, but that's kind of true, like, in art. Like, visual art as a 2D visual artist, when you're conveying something as 3D, you kind of have to trick and lie to yourself about it. And convince yourself of it, or else there's no way of convincing anyone else of the kind of illusion and lie you're trying to sell them. It shouldn't be that hard. It's not something impossible. It's not impossible. Since the beginning, my body has been a specialized magic circuit for this purpose alone. Has it? How do you know that? Projected Saber's sword while fighting Berserker. Huh? I leap up. My entire body burns like it's on fire. My left hand is crimson. Sick. What? That sword is mine. Saber's voice rings with shocked disbelief. She's staring at the weapon in my hands, at the thing that shouldn't exist. Oh. The sword seems to have a will of its own. Oh! Oh! Sorry, my brain went to Excalibur from Soul Eater, since it's a talking sword, quote unquote. Not really a sword, but is it just his lines? Whew. The golden blade moves as if it's being drawn to the giant's arm. It slashes at him, tearing through the arm. Is this you swinging, or is it the sword itself swinging? Tosaka falls to the ground along with the arm that had been holding her. The golden sword shatters as if it had been made of glass. My blood begins to flow backward. It doesn't matter. The sword broke. That's impossible. If I imitated that sword, it shouldn't have shattered like that. Hey, I'm just impressed you made a sword to begin with. Like, you struggle with strengthening lamps. And now you're just making full-blown, sentient magic swords. It shattered because it wasn't sufficient. My image of the sword wasn't enough. Well, try again, dude. Berserker's furious gaze turns toward me. His massive sword swings up at me. This time, he's determined to cut me in half. It doesn't matter. Berserker, you're not my enemy right now. Oh, his enemy is himself, his own mind. Yep, I'm only fighting against one person right now. The last one wasn't perfect. My image of it was flawed so that the sword that should have been invincible broke. If I'm to duplicate things, I need to work on not just their shape, but also their maker. Dot dot dot. Okay, with all the swinging that just happened, were you not hit? I hear the others holding their breath. In front of me, I see the axe sword rushing toward me like an oncoming storm, and a half-formed sword ready to block it. In desperation, I try to use the sword to block the incoming blade, but that doesn't matter to me. Right now, I need to finish this blade to make it real. Another mistake. You're not fit for fighting, Shirou Amiya. Your battle is supposed to be a mental one, a fight against your own self. You don't have to remind me. What I need to do is simple. Projection! Start! I concentrate. I'm challenging my own self. There can be neither deviation nor compromise. Oh! Gakya! Basically Super Saiyan noises. Determining creation ideology. Anticipating base essence. Duplicating material structure. Replicating the forger's skill. Resonating with the possessor's experience. Imitating the uncountable years. And surpassing every manufacturing process. Oh, that I do like. You can see the circuits running through his arm to his hand where he's making it. Ah! There you go, Shirou. Illusion shall bind with reality to forge a sword. That's a hard line. Oh, do I have two? Or is it just the one? Roar! How dare you make sword? The giant roars. Roar. My sword deflects. that last little roar scratched up my throat a little bit. I need some water. My sword deflects the countless gusts assailing me from... Oh my gosh, read. From the enemy's furious attacks. Nah, but that's about it. I'm knocked away from him. The moment I come to, the sword leaves everything to me. The attacks I blocked so easily a moment ago now toss me around effortlessly. I can't feel my arms. The skin of my wrist is blistered and red. I'm surprised I can even grip on the sword. Yeah. My legs do not work. I can only imagine every muscle shredded to ribbons. Well, not to mention your leg is broken, right? I can't get up. And your arm. And your ribs. A lot of things are hurting. I made a sword that surpasses Berserker. But that's all. I'm just the one who made it. I can't wield the sword I worked so hard to make. Throw it over to Saber. A shadow looms over me. He must know who he has to kill first now. The fact that Berserker is perceiving you as a threat is insane. That you went from basically a fly to him to now, like, his biggest issue. In just mere moments. I rush away and Berserker rushes after me like a gust of wind. His enormous sword swings toward me. But is deflected. Eh? In complete disbelief, I realize another hand has closed around my own. The air splits around me. Even these yells sound like a Titan from Attack on Titan. The giant attacks with all his might, trying to destroy everything around him. But right before that happens... Shirou, your hand! She's so close I can hear her voice over the din. Give her the sword. There you go. Oh, okay. Oh, they're both swinging it. That's cool. If Berserker is a storm front coming to attack me, Saber is a gale rushing to my side. Saber sprints over to me and twists around, gripping me firmly. Oh, we're about to blast this dude. The rock sword shatters. The golden flash explodes through the giant's axe sword and continues ahead, slicing through Berserker's rock-like body without slowing. Whoa! We did that! Whoa! Maybe I copied Form so well that I copied some of its abilities too. That's insane. Good job, Shirou. That's impressive. The golden sword lodges deep in Berserker's body and glows so brilliantly that light pours from the giant's body. And then, in an instant, the light fades and the forest falls silent. All the strength flees my limbs. The heat that had been surging through me rapidly cools. The sword I made begins to disappear. ... I watch it vacantly. Saber and I remain together, holding the sword in our hands until it's disappeared completely. Wind sweeps through the clearing. The earth-shaking howl and the blade that had churned up the very air are gone. Who's saying that? So, is that your blade, Saber? The previously invincible giant, now immobile, looks to the knight who defeated him and speaks in a low, rumbling voice. Oh, that's Heracles! This is Caliburn, the sword and the stone meant to select the king. It is my blade, and it was lost forever. However, it is not your sword anymore. It was merely an illusion that boy created. Saber nods quietly. His voice is so soft for me. An imitation. A blade that will never again exist. And yet... Berserker's chest opens up. He begins to dissolve. His body begins to crumble like wet sand, beginning where the sword pierced him and rapidly expanding outward. I'm guessing he can talk because the, like, madness curse is lifted in these brief moments before he dies. There he goes. But that illusion should not be underestimated. I never expected it could have destroyed me 7 times over in a single blow. His dying words are spoken without emotion. The mad warrior keeps to his role until his very end, and fades away in a dispersing haze into the misty morning air. Dizziness rocks me where I stand. This is probably the price for such excessive use of magecraft. The blood that rages through me is putting pressure on my brain, sending far too much oxygen out to the rest of my body. My head feels like it could split open. The enemy has disappeared. and whatever was numbing the pain earlier has faded. As if to make me pay the accumulated toll of this incredible battle, the dizziness and headache crash into me like twin meteors. Nah. Shirou! I faint. I'm about to collapse, but Saber supports me. Saber shouldn't have the energy for that either at this point. No, I'm fine. I've got just a few broken bones, nothing serious, just piercing my lungs. It's fine. Nothing fatal. I'm bleeding everywhere, though. That might be fatal. I've got that healing thing, and it's already kicking in, so I'll be fine. That is nonsense. You use projection magecraft to the extreme. You must rest right now. But there's someone I have to talk to first. I probably want to check in with Tosaka. When is Archer gonna show back up? Has he just been standing off in the distance being like, good job, Shirou? Like just cheering him on secretly? You did the thing I told you to do. ... I am also, with this whole fight, I'm 100% sure who, I'm not saying who, because I feel like it is a bit of a spoiler for anybody that's new to the series. I know most people watching aren't new to the series, but for anyone who is, I do know who Archer is. I just can't say who. Ilyasville. Oh wait, that was Saber, not Ilyasville talking. Saber stands ready. Ilya stares at where Berserker had been standing, her eyes hollow. Good. I do not know if there is a reason for her to remain here, but she has spared us the need to pursue her. She shall die grace. No, Saber! Don't hurt Ilya. Without Berserker, she is just a little kid. I stopped Saber with the last remaining strength I have. A menacing little devil, but still a kid. Ilya doesn't even seem to notice we're here. Her, I don't think her, what's it called? Parents, her family has, exactly given her the best moral compass to begin with, which, I mean, it's still, like, she's in charge of herself at the end of the day, even as a child, but still, you can't help but sympathize for her. She just stares at the ground. No way. Did you die, Berserker? She sounds like an abandoned child. Ilya lifts her head absent-mindedly. It happened suddenly. Ilya collapses like a puppet with its strings cut. What? I don't know what happened. I just stare at Ilya where she lies. And at almost the same moment, Tosaka raises her hand. She's freed now. The Berserker's arms disappeared, but most every bone in her body is absolutely crushed into oblivion. There's no way it's not. ... I must have loosened up the moment I learned Tosaka was safe. My vision blurs and I can feel my body trying to pass out. I can't show that kind of weakness. We may have defeated Berserker, but we're still in the forest. Where as we are, we have to force ourselves to get out of the forest. That's tough. I look up at the sky as it begins to lighten. The town is a long way away. All my allies are wounded, and every single inch of me hurts. And yet, morning has come. Alright, and with that, we're gonna end it there. That was a really good episode. I had a lot of fun. Really, really insane, cool stuff going on. Obviously, with Shirou summoning Caliburn, or not even summoning, but literally just making it, and doing such a great job at it too. Awesome stuff. All right, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.